Aquarius.
Hello Aquarius, this is your November forecast for 2016, and listen, I hope you're doing really well. We have you focusing now on your job and your current career. This is the month where you're going to radiate, you're going to shine, you're going to do really well, and there might even be some new things coming up for you here. You've worked this whole last year towards what it is you're accomplishing here now in November. The Sun and Mercury both are here in your career house, and they're in the sign of Scorpio. Now that means that we're going to be incorporating some of those Scorpion feelings, even though you're an Aquarius. And that Scorpion feeling is you feeling passionate about what it is you're going to be doing now. Not just in action, but what you're going to be expressing, because Mercury rules your communication. So you'll come to feel and sense that you are empowered this month to speak your highest truth. And especially now as you're trying to accomplish these higher goals, it's going to be very important that you do come across very open and direct with what it is that you foresee yourself wanting to reach as far as your goals are concerned. We have Venus in the sign of Sagittarius this month. Venus is love and romance, and Sagittarius is that happy-go-lucky feeling. It's very enthusiastic, it's very optimistic. You've had this here for the latter part of October as well, so that you might have already felt this bubbly feeling of just wanting to hang free and hang loose and fancy free, should I say, alongside with friends, right, and catching up with them as well. Now, Venus goes through this area once a year, and Saturn is there. So here at the very end of October, the two of them met up, and when we have those energies infiltrated, well, that could be you making some kind of commitment with either a friend, a group, or an organization, or to yourself as far as what your dreams and visions hold for you. And I feel that you're taking this energy now, you're hunkering down, locking it in, making a promise to yourself that you're really going to be following up on whatever this dream is all about, right? And especially since we have now you with the Sun and Mercury in your career area, I could see how the two of them can work together and benefit you and behoove you as you move forward. It's a time where karma is really coming together. You've been working and putting so much energy behind the scenes, and that is Mars's transit here in your 12th house in the sign of Capricorn, which is very ambitious, right? You have the Sun and Mercury in your career house, which is ruled by Capricorn. So I can see how these energies now are really just pulling everything together to make headway. Now, whatever you're doing here, this first week, 10 days, is going to be important to listen to your higher self, your inner self, because it's in the 12th house of your subconsciousness. So Mars has been plugging away here in October for you to see what it can do, how it can improve. So I can see how all these little thoughts and ideas are percolating in your mind, especially when Mars conjuncted Pluto in October. Now, this is why it behooves you always to listen to the previous forecast before you listen to the new forecast, because then you get all the dots that you can connect, the flow between the months. But Mars and Pluto did conjunct in October. That was the initiation, the power up, so to speak, of what it is you're setting up for the next 2-year cycle with your actions, which is Mars. So that was important. Now you're bringing it all together in your mind. And then when Mars moves into your first house here this month, then the world will see what you've been working on behind the veil, right? And then you can come out with it. So you're going to feel very, what should I say, empowered and really well connected here as you move forward the last 3 weeks of this month. Jupiter is in your ninth house, so yes, I can still see how some of you might be researching or finding information, digging into the knowledge base so that you could prepare yourself for the major changes coming up there mid-2017, probably more so close to August, I'd like to say, because that's when you will come to see a major shift as far as your career. Any steps you take, and I know I've said this before and I'll probably repeat myself before we get to summer of 2017, to remind you that whatever step you put in place now, whatever you power up on as far as research, taking an extra class that can expand your horizon or that you can add to your CV, this is when you're going to meet the height and the top of the last 12 years altogether in your career field. You will be harvesting that here in 2017. So good for you. We have the full moon here, Aquarius, in the sign of Taurus. So for you, that will be within the area of your home, your family, parents. It could also be real estate, you know, the physical home that you live in. Some situation, it could be a celebration, get together, or just good news and feeling great at home. That will be on the 14th. The new moon, on the other hand, will be showing up in Sagittarius, which for you will be in the 11th house. For your hopes and dreams, this is where you want to plant seeds, right, for any new beginnings. But it's also the area of friends and acquaintances, or also groups. But your hopes and dreams, this will be the time. So pay attention to the 29th to plant those seeds, promising yourself that until next year, around the same time when the new moon reappears here, that you promise yourself to have more fun, to make more room, to be more inclusive with your friends, so we don't just always go off track and it's work, 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 but to have more time. Because why? This month you have truly enjoyed spending time with friends more than what you have for a long time. So it feels good, right? So let that be your intention there on the 29th. So before we go ahead and look at the calendar, I just want to say that I have received so many comments over the years that I've been doing these videos, is like, why do I have the camera position that I do? And I thought I would let you in on that enigma this month. So if you listen to the end of the video, you'll get a little insight on that. But listen, we're on the 1st of November here. We have the sun, which is the essence of you, and Neptune coming together in a perfect, a beautiful golden trine. That is you and your dreams. It's you and your spirituality. And I feel that this is a day that can be both very romantic, but also quite special for you. On the 2nd, we got Mercury, which is communication, and Pluto lining up in a nice aspect, meaning that you have the power of words and verbal communication with you. This is a time for you to actually speak your highest truth in the area of your career. So if you're needing to speak with a supervisor, this would be the day to do so. If there's any negotiations or, say, interviews taking place in the area of your career, then this also is perfect for that here, Aquarius. We have on the 4th, unexpected news, and I love when we have Venus and Uranus come together the way they do twice a year with a perfect golden trine. Venus being love and romance, matters of the heart, but also financial insights. When Uranus lines up like this so perfectly, then we get the unexpected OMG, the oh my God, right? And so for you having Uranus in the 3rd house, it's coming from this area towards you from the area of communication. Venus being in your 11th house for hopes and dreams, well, there you go. Somebody might just want to surprise you today in this matter. On the 15th, I see that you are very well aligned physically and mentally, just hammering down. You're very aligned with both your mind and your physical drive and action. So I'm seeing a speed up process of cutting through to the core of those things that are important. At this time, I feel also that Mars is just about now to embark upon opening up new doors for you, your personality so that your persona can come out, and then you will start showing the world what you've been working on throughout there of October and to this point in time where you've been working behind the scene with a few things. So this coming out is really good. I feel it's empowering, and then of course it is coming into your sign. You will have it there for the rest of November and coming into December, and only once every 2 years you get to have Mars in your sign. So you're really going to feel totally empowered that everything is possible, and that's great energy to have. We have on the 18th a little miscommunication, so be careful, really pay attention to hearing what you're hearing so we don't misunderstand what somebody's saying, but it could be us too that maybe not be expressing ourselves too clearly and create then confusion on the part of somebody else. But already on the 19th, Venus is coming to the party, will clear Neptune up, okay? Because Mercury was square on Neptune, but Venus is coming in with a sextile. So I'm thinking that it's not going to be a long-lasting effect from this. More so what we want to pay attention to is the 22nd and the 23rd, especially in matters that has to do with any new agreements. Mercury, which is communication and our verbal interaction with people, coming in here now with Saturn. Saturn's wanting to ground something to secure you. It's an initiation of either a contractual agreement, or it could just be something that you and your partner will now see eye to eye with and initiate. And then Mercury will also give you the benefit from Jupiter here with a sextile, which is going to give it a kiss and a blessing for this to expand and go well. So any new beginnings there on the 23rd and the 24th is going to be very important for you. I feel that again, this is the focus of your chart is going to be within hopes and dreams, and also circle of friends, acquaintances, and so forth. On the 24th, here we come into the holidays, and we have a couple of aspects going on that can give us a little bit of concern. But, you know, as long as we're aware of it, we will come to recognize it when it takes place. Let me explain a little bit here, Aquarius, what that might be. We have Jupiter and Pluto. They're squaring off on each other, and when they're not happy campers together, what can become difficult is that Jupiter, from always being so generous and understanding, it can turn downright righteous, and and Pluto can react to it. And when Pluto reacts, it's not always too nice. It can be quite verbal. So say there is a situation where there's a difference of opinions. This is one of the times where we always want to remember that it's good to agree to disagree, that there's room for everybody to think and have their opinions the way they so choose, and where we need to respect each other. So it could be you reacting to somebody's opinions, or it could be somebody reacting to your, whatever it is. The best thing is to lay low. Maybe you're just the observer of, maybe there's somebody else in a group going on here and going at it. But on the 25th, I see a kiss and a makeup where Venus will come in and try to smooth things over, and a beautiful conjunction there to Pluto. Now, Pluto can heal everything, even to a magical point, as if just letting go and saying, that's okay, like as if it never happened. And it's the same energy that was squared by Jupiter. But see, Venus is the go-between right now. It's trying to heal it with Pluto because it is square. It's hurting because of the square to Jupiter that it has. So that's a whole, 2-day process. Some of you are all together in a family situation, so it could be that, but it could also be in the area between friends, of course, as well. But everybody will get beyond it, because on this 26th, we have good news here. This is Mercury and Uranus. And so when Uranus comes up here in your 3rd house this way, and with Mercury, again, that is going to be your 11th house. So you've heard I've spoken a lot about your hopes and dreams this month. That is because that's where all the action not only is, but coming from, radiating out to the other planets and triggering them. So we have your hopes and dreams, we've got your career, and then we have communication as the most important things in your chart this month. And then, of course, Mars's transit over your ascendants and into your first house, empowering you on that new 2-year journey. So listen, Aquarius, this is what I have for you here for November. You can go listen to the very end and see what you think about that. And I will see you in December. Listen, I thought I would address the comments that you guys have had and speculated about over a long time. And that is, why do I look this direction and into the camera this way? It has a couple of reasons. And of course, for me, I'm more all about the information rather than the camera. But just to let you know, I have 2 very important reasons for why I sit the way I do. For one, I want to keep in touch with you on the camera, but then I have my board here with the transits, the dates, and so forth, because not all that information is stored mentally. But there's a deeper reason, and that is the 3rd point. You, the board, and then the midpoint. Now, the midpoint for me is when I access the future, okay, when I put it together. And you can try this for yourself as well, because, see, if you look to the left, you're processing the past. That's where your memories go down memory lane. That's the past, that side of our brain. When we look to the right, we're accessing the future, right? That's where you go when you're speculating what will happen now in the future. You will go this direction with your eyes. So for me, I channel my information when I look in this direction. So for me, rather than sitting straight on, then it works for me. My information flows better. It's how I roll. Now, if I was to talk to you without thinking or considering the future, then I would look straight on like this, because then I'm just talking about the here and now, whatever, and looking at you. But as soon as I psychically start working, well, then I got to go like this to get that information in the future and download it from there. So that's why, no mystery, but now you know. See you next time.